Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at bind and how to defend it as a duelist. We're also going to be talking about rotating and retaking, so it's probably something along the lines of what the video title will be. But so yeah, I'm going to start with B site and then go over to A site. This is a video that I've made before. It didn't get a crazy amount of views, but I think it's pretty helpful type of guide. So hopefully you guys do enjoy it. Basically, I'm going to show you guys all the good defensive spots. And then after that, we can talk about when we should be rotating and stuff like that. So first of all, playing in hookah is where I usually go pistol round, just because I really like playing here. You ask a teammate to double up with you, and you don't have to sit up here on pistol round, but that is a spot. So on other rounds, you can sit up here and just kind of wait for them. Just be careful of getting flashed end of rice boom bot. So other than that, I usually like to sit close here. You can also peek. Peeking is obviously dangerous because whenever they're here, there's like 4 people here, so you gotta be careful. Otherwise, what you can do is just hold like this because this angle is like completely broken. People don't really expect you to be here whenever they're coming up on attack. If you guys clear this on attack, then good for you. But if you don't, then it proves my point. So yeah, especially if you're playing like a Reyna or Jett, you get a kill, you can get out. You can sit behind this box or on top of it. I would suggest trying to stay away from this box for the most part, though. You can sit on top of it, actually, but sitting behind it is actually not that good. Another spot you can sit is, no, we can talk about that later. Another spot you can sit is right here, and just kind of wait here. Be careful, you can get shot, and higher rank players will actually shoot you through this, so you have to be careful. So now moving on to long. Some people love to peek long, and this is great to peek. You can just kind of swing out. Usually, you want to place your crosshair right here on this sort of thing because they can peek from up here and they can peek from down here. So, if you know they always peek from the back or always from here, then you can just place your crosshair there. But yeah, that's what it looks like. You just swing, take the fight. You can also cross here and just hide on the right side. Another spot, this is probably my favorite spot in long and garden, is just sit on this ledge right here and just wait for them to come up. You might want to have someone shoot the drone or the dart. Darts usually go like up here or here. And yeah, so other than that, we could sit close here, but it's not as effective, to be honest. Just because the reason this is not as effective is because people kind of know people sit here. So like this is the better alternative. It's really good because people have to aim up higher, and also I didn't realize those things up there. I've been realizing so much about these maps recently. But anyway, so yeah, this is just better than this spot. So that's really what you want to do here in garden. There's not much else you want to do here. You can sit right here if they're hard pushing hookah and your teammates are all dead and they're coming hookah. You can just sit here and wait, and I guarantee you, if you wait long enough, you can kill the spike planter as well as like 1 or 2 others. So these are the front lines of defense. You guys might have heard me say that before in coaching sessions. So these are like the places you want to play if you're like a duelist defending, because if you're playing farther back every round, you're playing a little bit too passive. So this is a spot you can sit, but it's not very it's not the best. Up here is also not bad, especially if you're attacking and defending the spike, but of course we are talking about defense. So another good spot is right here. Just kind of chilling in this corner, especially if you're Reyna or Jett. You can just kind of get out quite easily. You can hold hookah from here, and usually this gets smoked, so you can kind of play around with the smoke. But that's about all for there. Now we're talking about sight. So you can't sit under hookah. This is quite good if they're coming out fast and they don't check under you. You can kill like 2 or 3. This is also called cubby. So cubby is also quite good in many scenarios, just because people don't really expect you to be there. It's kind of like a lot of these spots. But another spot we can sit here. Again, this can be spammed, so be careful about that. Sitting back sight is always pretty good because you can peek here and you can peek here. You pretty much just anchor down sight, and you can also sit in tube, but tube can also be spammed, so just keep that in mind. Tube's actually quite good though. Other than that, you can defend from CT if you're rotating, or if you want to rotate, which we'll talk about after A site. So that's about all for B. I don't think I missed much. Maybe a few spots, but spots that I don't normally use. So I'm gonna go and start. Let's start right here, and then we'll go shower, because this is the main spot. You guys didn't know. A short is much more common to push than shower on this map. Or it's much, I shouldn't say common, it's just much better to push overall. So again, the front lines of defense here, what we're gonna do is kind of walk up here I place my crosshair personally on the left because this is the only place people can see you from here. So if you're ever on attack, you should hold this if you're on this side and just see if anyone's gonna cross into this corner, because if they are, then you'll see them. They won't be able to cross unless you like timing it bad or something. So otherwise, you're basically just trying to cross this corner. It's really good to have a teammate to help you because they can shoot the drone for you if they're droning out, or if there's like a boom bot or whatever, they can bait for you, and it's really good. And then normally you just kind of want to wait here for a sec. People do clear this a lot of the time, but a lot of the time they also will not, and you'd be surprised how often they might not. So do take advantage of this spot, especially if you're a duelist. Try not to have the fear of dying, and just try to go for like 2 or 3 kills occasionally. Another thing you can do is just kind of walk up on the left side. You'd be surprised how often this will work, because people will just kind of be standing here, not really expecting a push. Again, this will probably only work like once or so. You can also now walk up and jump up on this, which is actually really powerful. I realize this in the game. People don't really expect that. So the next front line of defense is going to be towards shower. I'm going to buy a vandal. Normally this is kind of like long. You can just kind of swing it like this. People will you'll usually see them by like right here. So expect them there. And then what I like to do is come over here and just hold like this, just waiting for them to come shower, because this angle it's pretty good. You're not even catching people off guard some of the time, to be honest with you. Another play that we can go for is, instead of running, we can just walk up into this corner as they're coming up shower and just try to like tuck in here, and they can't see your gun. I believe only right here is spammable, so only through this pretty much, but you're not going to be spammed to this. It's just for you to know that. But yeah, so you just wait. People will almost never clear this in lower ranks, pretty much like never. So you can just wait, have some trigger discipline, try to get 2 or 3, and you're good. You can also flank, but we're going to talk about that in a second. So moving back to more defensive spots, if you are Jett, this spot is not half bad. Also on Jett, you can jump over here, crouch, get on top, jump up here, and then jump right up here. So you don't have to updraft to get up here, if you guys didn't know that. I'm sure some of you knew that you could updraft up here, but you can actually jump over to here, up here, and then on here, and you don't have to waste an updraft. And then you can just hold either side. If you're opping, it's also very good. So that's obviously Jett specific. This video is mainly for just duelists in general, but also I am playing Jett, so why not show you that? So moving to U-Haul here, I like to play this corner a lot because people don't expect it. It seems like a pretty dangerous spot to play, but it is pretty good. Also, I like to kind of play hookah like this. Sorry, not hookah, U-Haul. And I kind of just do like this and wait for people to push. And you can play around with smokes here, get some kills. You can play really anywhere in U-Haul, but yeah, it's a pretty comfortable spot to sit. So other than that, we can also sit up here as Jett. So this is pretty good. You can kind of like hide on the back corner and then peek as they're coming up. Sorry, I also missed this spot. You can sit like in this corner here, because people again will not clear this some of the time. That's definitely more of a risky spot, but it's fine. You'll see a lot of high ranked players sit like back right here. This is because the spot's just really good. So you can peek like this, and you can peek over here, and this just gives you, it's kind of like playing backside on B. Again, this is a little passive, but it's very okay to play this spot in certain scenarios. So, but it will be up to you. You can also sit backside. I don't usually sit here, but you can sit here for sure. And also back here, hold showers from here. You can go U-Haul. So yeah, that's going to wrap up pretty much everything here. So now I'm going to talk about fast flanking, retaking, and rotating. So fast flanking and rotating are going to tie into each other, and then retaking is something separate in and of itself. So fast flanking is whenever you were playing a site, and instead of rotating, you make the decision to just try to fast flank. That's like you just flank, but you're doing it like quickly, like as soon as the round starts, pretty much. So an example of this might be you're expecting them to be here, you're ready to take a fight, but then their whole team is making, like, say you see all 5 on the map, right? So, well, let's not say all 5. Let's just say you see like 3 or 4. And so I'm just walking up here, I'm expecting someone to be waiting for me, but more than likely there won't be anyone. So scenarios where this won't work is whenever you're against a really good sentinel that puts trips down always. What you can do is just fast flank, kill the trip, and then run back to A, because then basically you're causing a nuisance, and you're making it so that you're making it so that they have to respect that you're behind them, and you're actually not behind them. So yeah. So if you're not, if there's no sentinel or there's no trips, you can just come flank. You could probably run like a little bit of this way, like just a little bit, so you get a little extra space. But generally, try to walk. You're gonna clear everything, and then you're just gonna have trigger discipline. Don't shoot the first person you see. Try to get to like here if you're going from A to B, and then you just kill like 3 of them. You can also hard flank long because, you know, you can do this multiple times, even if you come short. Like say you flank here, you'd be surprised. So like you can flank here, and then you can also flank long again. Another way you can do this is, like I said, people love to push A short a lot. So what you can do is you can just swing shower, and if you don't see anyone, okay, we're just gonna hold, and say there's like 3 short, ready to run up short, but there's no one shower. So we're doing a very fast flank here actually, and we're gonna fast flank short. So a lot of the time when people want to push A, they won't actually come out immediately. They'll kind of be waiting like for the drone or whatever. So now you're behind them, right? Like this is crazy. No one's gonna be expecting you to be here unless you've done this in previous rounds. So now we can kill the Sova droning, we can kill like XYZ running up short, get an ace, you know, something like that. And of course, this isn't limited to just bind, and this also isn't limited to just A site. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what this might look like on B. This map is designed very nicely because look how short this distance is right here. From here to here. Like this is just like a little U shape. This is really small. Some maps aren't. You can't flank this quickly. But so for an example of this would be you just kind of like slowly peek out here, and you don't see anyone. Again. If they're making a lot of noise running out A, you can actually run for a second just because their noise is going to mask your steps. Go to the corner, make sure, again, if you're against a sentinel, this is going to be hard, but you're doing the same thing. I'm just going to fly in because, you know, yeah, you get the idea. You can also do this long to short, but usually if people go B, they're much more likely to split B than they are to split A, just because Bath is like really awkward to take and push out of, whereas long and hookah are more manageable. Hookah's kind of annoying to push out of, but yeah. So now we're going to talk about rotating and retaking. It's going to be combined into one. So rotating is what you want to do, especially on this map. You don't want to, things to think about is you don't want to over-rotate, meaning you don't want to rotate too early or too soon, or stack too many people to one site because you think there's enemies there. So as a general rule of thumb, if there's no enemies, like you can't see enemies on the site, on the map, then, or you can't see them at least running out, then probably don't rotate. And even if they are, still question if you should rotate, because think about the map that we're on right now. Look at the teleport. They can teleport, bang. They're no longer at A. So if you guys are all 5 on A and they all teleport, then that's pretty bad for you guys, to be honest. So what else? So yeah, usually sometimes if you have like 4 people here, what you want to do is try to get really pushed up. So you can get all the way pushed up to like up here. So we're not actually rotating, we're actually taking space. So if, for example, we know that there's like a lot of people A, this spot is really good if they want to rotate or TP, because we have that pretty much locked down. Excuse me. So again, another spot is like right here. This is going to be really good for if they TP and they're coming out of hookah. Here. I'm not sure if this is super relevant to like rotating, but I'm not sure because like rotating is very it's very game or detail specific, meaning like details in the game that you're currently in matter whether or not you should be rotating. So generally you want to put like 3-2 or 2-3 depending on where you think they are. So if you have 4-1, then that's probably pretty bad. So if you are the 4th one on a site, then you should probably go to the other site. And if you're the 1 on one site, make sure that you're playing really smart and trying to get like multiple people if they come to you. And also always expecting the TP on this map because, for example, if they're going to rotate via the TP on B long, and your team's all rotating to B, a lot of time I'll walk up to this corner here and just see if there's anyone here. And if there's not, then I'm pretty comfortable that they're all B, probably like say 3 showing B long. I'm just praying that they're about to TP because no one is going to check this corner. They're going to run past you and you can just spray them all down and get like 3. And it's going to be a sight to see. You can also do that right here if you can't get all the way up to this corner. This is really, really good. So yeah, if you guys want more in-depth about rotating, sorry that this wasn't actually as much as I probably could have done, but otherwise I think this is a pretty helpful guide for bind. So yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.